Good morning. I have a confession to make about New Zealand. I really didn't understand how bad it is in New Zealand until now. I've been talking about this despicable lady Jacinda Ardern and the oppression, right? Now I got it, finally. It did sink in with me. I was listening to Lisgun and that man, the whistleblower. And I felt this strong connection to this guy. I could see that he was upset. And he did the decent thing, of course. He told the people of New Zealand about the numbers. People dying after getting the needle. Right? And now he's arrested. And he's smeared. See? All New Zealanders, all of them should be cheering for this guy. But instead he's arrested and smeared. See? So, and I was reading this newspaper article. New Zealand Herald said this. A 56-year-old man was arrested this afternoon in relation to the unauthorized disclosure and misuse of data. Well, who are the ones who are misusing the data? Well, it's them, isn't it? That agency. Paid by the taxpayers. And they decide to keep it for themselves. This guy did the same thing. He's the sane one here. This whistleblower. He said, well, people need to know about this. Right? So he is using the data correctly. And then they said, earlier tonight the ministry said that this whistleblower had no clinical background or expert knowledge. So they are trying to make him as small as possible, insignificant, and you shouldn't listen to him. And the thing is, he is the expert. He's the administrator. And he's looking at the numbers and he knows what they mean. And then he did the same decent thing. He said, well, people need to know. So he told them. That agency or whatever, they said, no, we keep this for ourselves. Nobody should know this data. You know? They are misusing the data. You know? Exactly. And they say, there was no evidence that the needle was responsible for excess mortality in New Zealand. That's another big fat lie, isn't it? That's exactly what the numbers said. They proved it. No. And then they said, it is safe. it's safe and effective. Everyone should keep up to date with their needles to protect themselves. I need to keep reminding myself about just how insane these people are and the level of oppression and evil. It's unbelievable. And they interviewed this loser lady, Louise Richardson. Her parents died, see? They took the needle, the parents, and then they died soon afterwards. And this loser lady, Louise Richardson, she's now upset because the thought of her mother and father being part of this statistic that is now used to miscredit the experiment, you know. It's sick, don't you think? So I get it now. New Zealand, I understand. Right. I have a great story too. This is from Colombia. The health minister, Guillermo Alfonso, he's talking and he says, this is the largest experiment that has been carried out in the entire history of humanity. We can't continue to experiment with the Colombian community. we are playing with the lives of the Colombians. And he's very angry. And it is the health minister. You know, I checked it out. I looked at pictures. You know, it is him. It is the health minister. So I think this is new, isn't it? We hear about politicians talking about these things, but not health ministers. It's really like a dam, isn't it? It's you know, the water is pushing on. The truth, the water, you know, is building up, and they built this dam to keep it out, to stop it, right? And you see the cracks. You see the cracks appearing. Some of them are getting big now, these cracks. And water is sipping out. It's gonna burst, of course. Right. Finally, a personal note. I'm sort of struggling with this thing, this thought that I got the other day. It doesn't matter. See, that's the thought. And it doesn't go away. So I'm looking at this. You know, I'm looking at the people around me who participated in the experiment. And I can see that they are suffering for real, really suffering. Now, they have the health issue for themselves. They have been poisoned, right? And maybe they convinced their kids to take the poison too, right? So it's a health issue. But then there's also this thing going on with them, where they have to stop the truth coming to themselves. See, they can't face this thing. So they are blocking it, you know, because they can't admit that they were wrong, see. And then I look at these people, and of course they have a hard time. And then I thought, well, it doesn't matter. No, I'm fine. All my friends are purebloods, and they are absolutely fine, see. So we are living our lives, and we are doing great. See? And then we have these people suffering, and I thought, it doesn't matter. You know, we tried talking to them, they wouldn't listen, and some of them ridiculed us for talking about it. So I don't care about it, sort of. And then you see the people who are responsible for this, the politicians, media, the experts, big pharma, all these assholes, right? And it's getting tougher for them. I know this. They are becoming desperate now. They're working so hard to keep the truth from coming out. And then I thought, well, this is great. You know? And then I thought, well, it doesn't matter. You know? I don't know what to do with this thought. So maybe I'll come back to it. What do you think about this? Does it matter? Well, it should matter, right? If people wake up or not. And it should matter if these people are punished, these assholes. And then I have this thought. I don't know where it's coming from. It's just there, you know. All right. Be good.